Okay, so what we got going on here is, not that I don't trust Melling, but it's a good thing that we took this pump apart. This is the oil pump for the engine. When we took it apart, we found a bunch of filings in here, which was a real disappointment. Like I said, not that I don't trust Melling, but I had to take it apart anyways because I'm planning on putting a high pressure spring and in here for the relief. That's the old one. There's the old cap that came out and the cotter pin. So not only that, these pumps are never greased. They don't grease them, they don't lubricate them from the factory. They rely on the pre-lubrication that you're going to give it when you prime the engine before you actually fire it up. So we're going to go ahead and put this guy back together, and we're going to start with the pressure relief spring and plunger. So what I want to do is get a little bit of lube here. We're not going to get too crazy, just enough to say that we put some on, and rub that around real nice and gentle. And this is a Melling HV72, which is a high volume pump for the small block Chrysler. And so down goes that, and in goes the spring. Now this is the hard part, and it's been known to give people a lot of trouble. I've had a little experience doing this, so what I'm going to do is just give that a good push. We got to get it started. Once half the cotter pin's through, you really got to push these guys. So now that we've got that high pressure relief spring in, and the cap, and the pressure relief plunger is in, we're going to move on to installing the G Rotor. And we've already actually cleaned and clearanced this. First of all, we've done a bit of grinding in here. This is just to smooth the oil path. We've also opened the hole up as it goes down in. I don't know if it's possible for you to see that at all. As well as in the back here, where this opening actually finally makes its way into the G Rotor area of the pump, that's been opened up a little as well. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to spread some lube in here. These guys are not lubricated from the factory, and we just want to give this guy something to start out riding on. I mean, we are going to prime the oil system anyways, but it's always a good idea to make sure that you don't have any metal on metal if you can possibly avoid it. After finding all the shavings and everything in here that we found when we took it apart, I was a little disappointed. And then we want to go ahead and lubricate the veins of the G Rotor. We'll make the last use of this. This was the oil from the pin for the piston pins. They give it to you, might as well use it on something. Mind you, I've got a lot more over here, but we're just going to go ahead and rub this lube in here, and then maybe a little on here if I can get any more out of this package, which is highly unlikely. Here comes a little bit more. Seems like an awkward waste of time, but I got a feeling the oil pump is going to last a whole lot longer if you do this. And down goes the G Rotor in there. Now I am going to actually, just for the sake of doing it, put a little bit in here. And try not to pinch your fingers, but Lord in heaven above, you get your fingers caught in there, you'll know it. But I'm actually really quite glad that I took this apart to do this, because without question there was shavings in this pump. Now, like I said before, I don't have a problem with Melling. Melling's always been pretty good about their pumps, but I wanted to put a pressure relief spring in it anyways. So we'll just get these bolts back in. These bolts get torqued down to 20 foot-pounds. You don't need to bore you with that. I think you saw the use of the torque wrench before. But I just wanted to show You know, take the pump apart, maybe open up some of the passages a little bit. Small block Chryslers have never been great for their oiling. Everybody knows that. So you might as well do what you can while you got it apart. After all, it's money. You've spent it. You might as well have it go to good use. Thanks for having a look, everybody.